Good afternoon, dumplings. Please excuse the mess in my kitchen here. Let me see if I can get a better view there. I'm in the middle of several projects at once, but I wanted to go ahead and get this video reshot, seeing as I had technical difficulties the other day. So without further ado, let's get started on some meatloaf muffins. We're going to start out with 2 1/4 pounds of 93% lean hamburger. Now I don't have a mixing bowl big enough, so unfortunately I have to use my spaghetti pot. Which is more than big enough for the meatloaf. All right. Now this recipe should make a minimum of 12 miniature meatloaves. Here. There we go. We will add a little at a time of the breadcrumbs. I don't like adding too much at once, but we'll add some breadcrumbs to this. Just about a cup to start out. I'm going to add green onion, of course. Can't make meatloaf without having green onion. And I'll just use what's left in this container here. The green onions in. That way, when we go to mix it up, they're all nice and incorporated. Today we're going to use some Montreal steak seasoning to season the, well, I should just take this off. And for this I use about that much, a small palmful. Sprinkle it in. And I'll throw in a little bit of garlic salt. Should be enough. Now, time for the eggs. This recipe calls for 2 eggs. And instead of putting them in like this, straight into your meatloaf, what you're going to do, excuse me, is you're going to beat these eggs before you add them to the meatloaf mixture. And that helps them incorporate better. So, swiftly beat the eggs. And in they go. I should have used a scraper for this. And last but not least, because this particular recipe tends to be a little bit dry, I like to throw in a little bit of steak sauce. I don't have any today, but instead we're going to use Jack Daniel's barbecue sauce. And we're going to put it just enough to make it moist. And give it a little bit of kick. All right. Let me start mixing with my rice paddle to kind of break it up and get a rough mix on it before I get my hands in here. to really get it mixed good, we go in with our hand and just mix it all together. And I can already see I'm going to need to add some more breadcrumbs. Remember, a little bit at a time. You don't want it to be too stiff, but you don't want it to be too, to have really no ability to stick together at all. Okay. Let's see. Oven is almost warmed up. So we should be ready with this about the time the oven is ready. Oh, fudge, I forgot my black pepper. Yeah, there's black and red pepper in the steak seasoning, so don't have to worry about adding any extra then, which is a good thing. Try to keep it simple, right? Okay, now we have our muffin tin. Now I brought another one out just in case we have too much meatloaf and not enough muffin pan. Put it in. So here comes the fun part. Take a ball of meatloaf, about like that. Drop it into your muffin tin. Smash it down. That's one little thing of meatloaf. Oops. Over here. It's almost like making meatballs in a way, except you're making little, whoops, I got a little bit too much in that one. That's a process as far as putting it in, you know, pounding or making it into balls and then putting it in the tins is, you know, about the same. Oh wow, I went way too big on that one. Okay, so I'm going to pinch some back out. This is a messy job, but so worth it in the end because you'll have 6 to 12 dinners just ready to go. No muss, no fuss. They freeze well and they stay good in the refrigerator for about 6 days. That's the longest I've tried holding them out after they're cooked. There we go. But if you're eating, you know, 2 of these little meatloaves per serving, I mean, they're not going to last you as long, obviously, because we're only making about a dozen here. Well, maybe we're not going to have enough to fill the whole pan this time. Which that's fine. Looks like we'll be one shy. So realistically, I could have gone up to, say, 2.5 pounds of this super lean ground beef. into the oven they go. Now, I like to set my timer, my oven, well, I have a little oven timer here. I like to set that for about 18 minutes before I even check them the first time. So, if you're not familiar with how to use a kitchen timer, let me see if I can get it in the frame here. There we go. Haha, kitchen timer. If you're not familiar with how to use one, what you do, especially with this style time, wow, why can't I get it in the right frame? There we go. Is you turn this, you have to go past the 15 no matter what you do. Whether you're going for 5 or 10 minutes, you still have to go through past the 15. You set it for 18's right about there. And after 18 minutes, we will check our meatloaves. See you then. Okay, folks, welcome back. Our little meatloaves are done. It took 22 minutes in my oven at 375. And as you can see, they came out beautiful. So now we're going to dish up our little meals. And I think, well, let's see here. I'm not sure which rice this is. But let's get some meatloaves in these little glass dishes for meal prep that I got from Amazon. Set of 5 for about $20, not bad. I'll be doing an upcoming review on those after I've given them a little bit more of a test drive. So typical serving size is 1 to 2 little mini meatloaves here. So as you can see in the bottom of the pan, I think you can see it, in the bottom of the pan here, there isn't a whole lot of grease left over when these are done. And that is due to using 93% super lean hamburger, which I prefer when doing little meals like this. The rest of these will end up going in the freezer for a later date. And, oh, okay, this one's brown rice. I thought it was going to be brown and wild. But the little Uncle Ben, or no, excuse me, not Uncle Ben's, Minute Rice. They come in these little cups at your grocery store. Perfect for this. These are just 1 minute microwave. So what I do is, oops, I didn't want to get it on the meatloaf itself. And that is 1 serving of brown rice to go with our meatloaf. Now these are brown and wild rice, which I prefer. If I can get it open. There we go. Again, 1 minute in the microwave, which is all you're going to need for the entire dish anyway, so it works out perfectly. And the great thing about this is it still leaves plenty of room right over here. Oops, I need to make that a little neater here. Here we go. Leaves a nice little spot for whatever veggies you're going to have. Steamed broccoli is good. Sauteed squash is good too. With these. And it makes a really quick, really filling meal. And although a little fussy at first, then, you know, within maybe an hour or so, you can make enough little meatloaves for a week. And you have your complete meals in about an hour and a half. So, great for the, you know, taking with you to the office, on the road, traveling, whether you're going by RV or by car. You can throw these in a, oops, wait a minute, is that, yeah. No, that doesn't look right. There we go. Throw these in a cooler. Or you could leave them in containers like this, and you can freeze them forever, however long you like. I try not to leave anything in my freezer more than 6 months at most. But there it is. Our mini meatloaves with brown rice. Hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please hit the like button down below. If you want to see more of these, hit the like button as well. Leave a comment. If you have ideas for meals that would work well for meal prepping like this, leave me those ideas too. I'm always looking for new ideas. And we'll catch you dumplings later. Bye-bye.